Thursday, April 25th, 2024. It is draft day. We also have 3 games in the NBA. I've got a few best bets for you guys. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Yesterday, oh my goodness, just summed up what April has been for us. We literally lost 2 bets on the hook. Literally, we're taking us from a 3-in-1 day all the way down to a 1-in-3 day. We cashed on the Braves and Yankees money line parlay, no sweat bet there. Okay, actually we did have to sweat because the Braves decided they wanted to go in extra innings, but we got it done, okay? Then we lost on Tatum's rebounds. He had 8 rebounds. We got 8.5, so we hooked. We took Jaquez points. The dude hit 3-pointers. He got to the free throw line, like I said. He just didn't shoot efficiently from the field, and he finished with 14 points. We needed him to go at 14.5, so we lose there. And then Valanciunas rebounds. He had 7 rebounds in about 20 minutes. OKC wasn't missing a damn shot, so it wasn't really too much we could do about that in a blowout loss for the Pelicans. So 1-3 on the day. Just a very, very rough April for us. I'm trying to be superstitious. I'm trying to figure it out. I changed my microphone. I'm trying to do whatever it takes for us to get on the right side of this. We have a few days here left in the month, and I promise you guys, my friends, we should be able to turn it around, at least by May, all right? Like that's really what I'm looking for. I might be overextending myself. I know this is a pre-3. I've been putting out 4, 5, 6 bets, trying to make some ground back. But hey, listen, I like all the picks that I'm taking. I don't think they're bad reads, in all honesty. I don't think that we're getting killed on the I just think we're just getting bad spots, in all honesty. And today I'm running it back with several bets that I took earlier this week because the situation still applies, and I think that we're going to have success with them today. So if you can, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate everybody who's been watching the videos, and let's dive into these best bets for today. For my first best bet of the day, we are going to go to the NFL draft. Yes, today is the NFL draft. We have a ton of prospects on the board today. Obviously, everybody's expecting Caleb Williams to go number 1 in the draft, and we see Jayden Daniels who's supposed to go number 2. But then after that, the question becomes, who's the next quarterback going to be drafted? Is it Drake May? Is it J.J. McCarthy? Is it Bo Nix? Is it Michael Penix? We know that Marvin Harrison Jr. is probably going to go in the top 5 as well. So there's a few different things that you can take a look at if you like betting on the NFL draft. And for today, what I am going to take is probably not a popular pick, but hey, I like it. It's plus money value, and there's 2 different ways that you can kind of hedge off of it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take J.J. McCarthy draft position over 5.5. So what that means is he's not going to go in the top 5 picks in the draft. Now, if you look at the draft board right now, okay, this is what, according to a lot of mock drafts, what they have here is they have Caleb Williams going number 1 to the Chicago Bears, obviously. We've got number 2, Jaden McDaniels, going to the Washington Commanders. Then we've got the New England Patriots supposed to be drafting Drake May at number 3, which I do think he's the better of the 2 quarterback prospects between May and McCarthy. So now after May, the question becomes, is McCarthy going to be the next quarterback drafted, which I think he is. The question is, what team is going to draft him? Number 4, the Cardinals don't need him, so they're probably going to get a wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr. But number 5 is where things can get really wacky. The Chargers right now have the number 5 pick. And if they do decide to keep the pick, then they should be able to draft an offensive lineman. Most people think they're going to get J.C. Latham from, a lot of people think they're going to get J.C. Latham from Alabama, or they could also get Joe Alt, right, the tackle from Notre Dame. But for me, what I think is going to happen, or the only way that this bet it can be ruined, is if the Minnesota Vikings, who said that they're willing to trade up in the draft, trade up and go get McCarthy at number 5, and we lose this bet. I forgot to put that this is at plus 100 odds as well, okay? So really, it's minus money if you take him under 5.5. But my thing is, I do not think that the Vikings are going to draft up in order to, or trade up, in my opinion, to be able to get McCarthy. Number 6 pick in the draft, the Giants, could they get McCarthy? Yes, but I think they're still going to give Daniels another year here. So I do think they grab Malik Neighbors, the wide receiver from LSU, at number 6. So after that, the question becomes where the Vikings are number 11. They're going to have to give up a lot of equity if they believe they're going to trade up to go swap picks with the number 5 team, which is the Chargers. So they'll probably have to trade their first 2 round picks this year, swap picks, and then maybe add in a 2nd or 3rd round pick in order to move up 6 positions in the draft board. I don't think that's necessary because when you look at the other teams, it's the Giants at number 6, Titans at number 7, Falcons at number 8, Bears at number 9, Jets at number 10. When you really think about it, the only team that really is going to take the McCarthy before the Giants is the Giants, maybe the Jets, but I mean, you obviously have Aaron Rodgers, and then the Titans obviously just got Will Levis, so there's no need for them to draft another quarterback so high here. So I like McCarthy to fall here past the 6th pick unless the Vikings trade up and they get him. So because the Vikings are probably the only team that's going to trade up to get him, then you should also take McCarthy to get drafted by the Vikings at plus 140 odds. So basically you're playing this pick two ways. Over 5.5, so he's not going to go in the first 5 picks of the draft. And then we're also going to take the Vikings to draft McCarthy at plus 140, both at plus 100 value. So if he does go in the top 5 because the Chargers do trade down to gut and the Vikings do trade up, then we at least hedge it because we think the Vikings are going to be the team that drafts McCarthy just of where we fall on the draft board. Now, the Vikings did say that they're not pressed to draft McCarthy or trade up and give up a lot of assets to get the number 5 pick because they do believe that Michael Penix is a pretty good fallback option as well. So for me, the thing was, if they're not going to get Drake May, then they're really not going to go really all in on McCarthy. They do like McCarthy, but Drake May is the preferred choice here, but the Patriots should draft him at 3. So unless McCarthy goes number 3 to the Patriots, then that's where things are getting wacky for us. Obviously, we lose most of the bets. This is my prediction on the NFL draft. I like the value that we are getting here on these picks. So let's go with J.J. McCarthy draft position over 5.5, and then also hedging that with the Minnesota Vikings to grab McCarthy at plus 140 odds is our first best bet of the day. Now, for my second best bet of the day, heading over to the NBA slate, and we're going to run it back with 2 guys that we took earlier this week, and I like the situation again for them. And the first guy is going to be Tobias Harris, over 7.5 rebounds, minus 111 odds on FanDuel. Now, I really like this pick and play here because Tobias Harris, in 2 games against the Knicks thus far, he's grabbed 9 rebounds in both of those games. This is a must-win game for the Sixers. So obviously, Maxey is going to be the focal point. Embiid is going to be the focal point. Embiid's condition is still not all the way there. He had an extra day of rest, so that should help him out a little bit. Played 39 minutes in game 2. So I do think the Sixers win this game. And if they are going to win the game, they're going to need one of the role players, whether Kelly Oubre or Tobias Harris, to step up. I think this is the game that Kelly Oubre steps up from a points perspective. And because of that, that's going to depend on Tobias Harris to still do what he do, and that is grab rebounds. So I'm not overthinking it. He's gone over the 2 games thus far in the playoffs. We did have to sweat it out last game as he didn't grab his 8th rebound until like late in the 4th quarter, but he still ended up grabbing 9 rebounds in that game. We do just need him to grab 8 today. No reason why we shouldn't be able to grab this. So give me Tobias Harris over 7.5 rebounds in a must-win game for the Sixers, as I do think they're going to win this game, and they're just going to play with a lot of intensity. We do have a low total in this game as well, so there's no reason why we shouldn't get missed shots, which means rebound opportunities for Tobias Harris. So let's grab this here as our second best bet. Now, third best bet, same guy that we took earlier this week, Jared Allen, over 12.5 rebounds now at plus 100. So his line has literally went from 10.5 to 11.5. Now it's at 12.5. But I'm not mad at it. Why? Because in 2 games against the Orlando Magic, 20 rebounds last game, 18 rebounds in game 1. He's flown over this total. So maybe you want to play around with a little bit of a ladder here. Maybe sprinkle something on 15 rebounds, 16 rebounds. Not opposed to it. It's just one of those matchups here where the Magic really have no big man who can stop Jared Allen inside. They're literally running Jonathan Isaac at the 5. The dude is undersized. He's scrawny as hell. Jared Allen gets to eat and he gets to grub. And there's nobody who really can stop him. Wendell Carter's not playing a whole lot of minutes. He's not all the way healthy. Well, I don't really know what they got going on with Wendell Carter there. And then also at the same time, we're getting super, super low totals in this matchup or in these series. The total now for this game is at 198, 199 pre-game. So because of that, we're expecting a lot of low scoring, a lot of missed shots. Not to say that neither of these teams play with a ton of pace, but Jared Allen's getting a ton of minutes. He played 35 minutes in game 1, so he's going to be on the court. The Magic are favored in this matchup. Do I think they win this game? Nah, I don't know. I think the Cavs actually sweep this series or win this one in 5. So maybe the Magic do win this game, but if they are down the Cavs in this game, then you know Allen's going to be on the floor, which means more rebound opportunities. And I also love how aggressive he's been on the offensive glass as well. 9 offensive rebounds last game, 3 in game 1. So that's really what you're looking for. He's not just depending on missed shots on the defensive side. He's also being aggressive on the offensive side. That also shows you how undersized the Magic are, and they don't have anybody who can stop him. So I'm taking the 12.5. I know it's a high number, but we're going to keep sprinkling this. We're going to keep laddering it up until we just see it miss, and he's flying over the total of flying colors. So no reason to go against it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. For my last best bet of the day, let's go to the late night Lakers and Nuggets matchup. And we're going to go with the angle that's hit thus far in both of the first 2 games. Do I think the Lakers need to win this game? Absolutely. It's a must-win game. But I'm going to exploit the first half because the Lakers have been coming out strong in the first half. They've just been nutting up in the second half, and that shows how good of a team Denver is and why they're the champions, in all honesty. So what we're going to do is we're going to isolate this to the first half in 2 different ways. We're going to take the Lakers' first half team total over 55.5. And then we're also going to sprinkle some on the spread at -1.5 or on the money line. -125 odds on the first half team total, -110 odds on the spread at -1.5. Now, the Lakers have won the first half in both of the games at Denver by more than 2 points, so there's really no explanation needed there. They've also scored in Game 1, they scored 60 points in the first half. Game 2, they also scored 59 points in the first half. So they went over these totals in both of the first halves of this series so far, which you love to see. And you know Denver's not an easy place to score a ton of points because of the altitude and the pace of play there. And then also when you keep in mind during the regular season, the Lakers were number 3 in the NBA in first half points per game, averaging over 60 points, and they averaged more points at home than they did on the road. Now that the Lakers are at home here in this matchup, I expect them to continue to do what they have been doing all series long. Come out with energy, come out with pace, try to hit the Nuggets in the face early. They just have to finish the game now. I'm not going to bet on them finishing the game in all honesty. I'm just going to isolate this to the first half. Don't overthink it. It's been cashed in the last 2 games. No reason why I shouldn't cash today. Lakers first half team total of 55.5. And to also take the spread in the first half as well for the Lakers to get it done as our last best bets of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friend. No baseball picks today just because a lot of the games are early. So if you do want the nerd view of the day, if you want some of the other picks, make sure you click the link in the description, join the free Discord group, or find me on Twitter. I'll drop a few plays on there. But we got a few different plays for you guys today in the NFL and NBA. We're going to go with J.J. McCarthy's draft position over 5.5. You could also hedge that with taking the Vikings to draft him at +140 odds. We're going to take Tobias Harris over 7.5 rebounds, Jared Allen over 12.5 rebounds, and then we're going to go Lakers first half team total over 55.5, and then Lakers on the first half spread -1.5. For more picks and plays and that we're taking throughout the day. And if you don't like these plays, I haven't been hot, guys, so you can fade me, not a problem. But like I said, I don't think they've been bad reads. I think my analysis has been spot on. We've just had a few bad breaks here and there. So that means that things should start turning around in our direction. And I'm hoping that happens sooner rather than later. So I do appreciate all the love and support that you guys are always showing here on the channel. Drop your favorite best bets below so this way I can tell you, because I'm always looking for more winners, especially in days like yesterday where you get hit hard and you really just want to rebound. So I'm always looking to tail more picks. So I appreciate you guys sharing your picks with me. And as always, dictate your fate, get to that cheddar, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, guys? Later, gang.